Good afternoon, all. Fari Hamzi here. Excuse me. Little bit tired. My apologies. In lovely downtown Naples, Florida, where we call it the Paradise Coast. Truly, it's paradise here. We have had gorgeous 2 or 3 days. All right, very, very quickly. Um, Housekeeping stuff. The second I-9 arrived. The first one was no good. I mean, I have one already from a few years ago, but a new one came, was a disaster. This is Dell, sold on Amazon. Turns out that the warranty was expired in UAE, United Arab Emirates. Why are you selling it to me? Hi, Dennis. How are you? Hi, Siegfried. Welcome. So we had to return that. New one came, and but they double shipped me, so I got to catch the other one, send it back. It came in last night. It was supposed to be a Monday, but oh man, it was here in the morning, and in Fort Myers, they couldn't deliver it by evening. It's only 20 minutes, 30 minutes from here. Unbelievable. Anyhow, finally it came, better than expected, very well built. It's a 149KF series, so it's a monster CPU. We're running at 3-4% now. Not a lot of memory, 32 gigs, nothing more than that. But 2 terabytes of SSD. No other drive, so it's very cool. But still, it is using liquid cooling, yeah. So very pleased with it. We're fine tuning it. I traded some crude with it, but in a sim mode. I don't know much about crude yet. And as we were ramping up, as we get our paperwork finished and ramping up for the what's called the incubation using a syndicated model. It's finally paperwork is finished. It took us a while, but I've shut down a lot of my accounts, the smaller accounts. Some people have been upset with me. I can't. It is what it is. This is a business is business. Don't take it personal. One guy told me this is not good karma for you. What? What do you? Whatever you're smoking, give us some too. What do you mean this is a good karma for me? I have a right. I have a right to give him a notice. 7 days, I give him 30-day notice. I told him, hey, this is the facts. I'd be more than happy to trade for you, but you got to add a 0 to your numbers. Yeah, I can't handle it. So we're in that process. We're doing one more thing. Next week, we're doing a webinar. It's called Trade What You See, Not What You Think. Obviously, we have some polo shirts ready that will go out to members. We don't sell these. Somebody was trying to buy it from us. We're not in it to make money off of this. It's a comp to your what do you call it? To certain what do you call it, subscriptions. So we'll roll that out. The whole video, the webinar, has to do with the updates and the indicators, and also the orbs and so on. So OTF orb, DMZ plus, no Tiger Shark, but some of the lessons from Tiger Shark have been put in there. That's why OTF is called OTF plus now. And we're going to go over some of those, answer some questions. We have a number of people coming in for indicator package. It gives us a chance to interact, because watching a video doesn't mean you can ask questions. It's better to be present. So we're doing that next, I believe, 5th, which is 5th of March. 5th of March. And it's a separate registration, so you need to go register. It has nothing to do with PMT. PMT repeats itself. You only need to sign up once. This one is a one event, single event. It's not recurring. So if you like to attend, do that so you get access. Okay. Again, we'll be going in over our proprietary indicators, some of the highlights, some of the nuances, some of the lessons learned as a feedback, so on and so forth. So Orb has been on fire because of one simple reason. I'm using some of my signaling on Tiger Shark and putting the exit cord, saying the rip cord. Exit now. So we're a little bit faster, a little bit better, locking up profits. I think we've gone a couple of weeks now with no losers, maybe 6-7 days with no losers. Most of it is done by itself. A couple of times I have to intervene, and the difference between winning and losing. Listen, you don't have to win a lot, even winning small. If you do it over sequentially, it adds up. So that's what we're doing, and that's both here in the chat room. You're told, hey, exit now. Here's the logic. And sometimes moving fast, you have a little bit of time. Sometimes you don't. And the other one is Fox uh, uh, in Chicago, where actual live trades occur for one of the accounts that belongs to, I think, Marshall Freed, and it only has 3 MNQ in there, 3 MNQ. So ideal size. He's not pyramiding. He's got other accounts that he pyramids, not there. So that we'll have a live trade session statement of what has happened, and Nancy also gets a copy. So very, very transparent. Yeah, I don't want to report our results. I want somebody else to report it. It's more transparent. Anything else? Okay, one more thing. Persian New Year. As you know, back in 2020, that was the low. Well, we couldn't travel. This year, I have to travel. The instructions from the family is very simple. Don't come if Admiral Tico is not with you. So it's a lot of festivities, usually about 2 weeks. I'm going to be gone for about a week. So I'll be going on the 16th of, which is a Saturday morning, 16th of March, coming back on 23rd. Gives me a chance on the 24th, which is a Sunday, to catch up and also change time zones in my head. Admiral Tico will be going with me. Nancy, Cash, and Peter, as always, will hold down the fort. Of course, I'll see Cash when I'm there, but we have also remote access to the machines. So that the only problem is something really, really big happened here to power. Other than that, I can have a friend stop by and press a couple of buttons, but these are self-contained setups with the backups and so forth. We have yet to have a problem. Other than, for example, if you have a severe thunderstorms or hurricanes, but we're not in hurricane season, and we have some rain, but not. I don't expect any big thunderstorms. But that's 2 weeks from now. So next week we won't have a webinar. The following week we will, which would be the 13th, and then I'm gonna come back 27th. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to report. Oh, on Orb version 4.98 is in the works. It got sidetracked a tad because this computer updates we were doing. We noticed one of our machines was having a little bit of a slowness. I noticed it is the oldest machine we have operationally. It goes back to spring of 2016. So it's 8 years old. I took it out. And bought a new machine, and then kind of slide down to some importance point where the newer machines go where heavy duty computations are. And it turned out to be I had to get an i9, and it's finally working. So it's good. All right, let's go to Econ Calendar. Oh, orb results are updated. I'm sorry. Orb results are updated. Hold on. If I go to here, you'll see that. Hold on. I'm going to jump in without authentication or anything, but the link I posted on the web, on Twitter. We posted there. This is the results, and we're keeping it updated to the day. Maybe worst case is that when they send us the email the next day, we'll put it in there. Sometimes we've estimated, and then we fixed it. So, but this is the last actual emails I've sent us. So we've come back slowly, as you could see. We had listen, 1, 2, 3, 4 losses in 1 month. The other 18 were positive. Not bad. It wasn't the case before. It was wobbly back and forth. So the orb should be now. We don't have much volatility right now. Once the volatility comes, oh boy, that's it. You know what the orb does with volatility? Eats it alive and spits out the pieces. Okay, econ calendar. Now we're on week 4, right? Last week was expiration. No, week before was expiration. That was a week 4 that was quiet. We're week 5. Yeah, we were week 5. Okay. Now, non-farm is not on Friday. It's going to be on the 8th. Okay. As you can see, so not going to be on the 1st. Will be the following week on the 8th. And Boycott confirms that. The Econoday hard copy calendar. Okay. So what do we have? We have home sales come. Oh, this is this year. So I mean, excuse me, this is this week. Hold on. Tomorrow morning, uh, PCE comes. This is the key numbers we need to watch. And also look at the adjustment like we had on GDP today. Here's what GDP, and you could see, no, didn't show that. Hold on, not that. Where was it then? Durable goods, that was it. Durable goods got revised. Okay, so what came in, this doesn't matter what they expected. It came in already. But on it, because it's a delayed time series, they run it one more time with newer data to catch up. I was revised down. This week consensus, I'm sorry, this month consensus was 4.5. This is for December. 4.5 is for January. We came 6.1. So bonds had a little bit better day. This is not good for economy, of course, but that's what we have. So okay. PC is going to be tomorrow. Pending home sales you want to take a look at. I'm not too excited about it. Probably the key item is that PC. So Chicago PMI number is 50. You want to look at. So again, not expecting to pass 50. The higher end of the limit is 49. Very quickly, let's see. PMI manufacturing. There we go. ISM manufacturing. Again, that's another one we want to look at. 49.5, a little bit better than last time. So, economy as a whole is doing fine. No question about it. However, you look at the data. Now, as long as you don't want to be willfully negligent or willfully playing ignorant, okay? If you look at the data is doing good. Construction spending also on Friday. But we still have inflation. But the growth has been good. I'm talking about wage growth post inflation, again, adjusted for inflation. So, mixed bag, absolutely. Goldilocks, yes, I think so. So, we'll talk about the skew shortly. But before I go there, let me also address the March, first week of March, which is coming up, right? Yeah, March is going to be starts on Friday. Okay, the 4th we have motor vehicle, forget it. Factory orders on Tuesday. Yeah. Now, Wednesday is going to be important. Why? Because we have JOLTS plus ADP report, a preview for the non-farm, and Beige Book at 2 p.m. Now, Thursday, we have international trade, productivity and cost, and Fed's balance sheet. Nothing. Oh, the 8th would be employment situation in the morning. All right. Now, and 30 would be our next webinar. So let's see. CPI on the 12th, Tuesday the 12th. Wednesday is just mortgages. PPI retail sales on 14th to Thursday. Okay. I'll be through these here with you, and I'll fly out on the 16th morning. So I'll be here on the even 15th to Friday, which is option expiration. Empire State reports. Industrial production is important, and then you have consumer sentiment. The following week is really gets interesting. Housing starts on Tuesday, and then beginning of a FOMC meeting. 20th is Wednesday. Okay, Persian year is the evening of 19, where it's a lineup of the stars, so it moves back and forth. We had 29 days in February. It's a leap year, so it hit between 19 and 20. I think it's 11 p.m. here. I don't know, or 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. La La Land, the left coast. But also on Wednesday, you got FOMC announcement and Fed chair. I'm going to take a laptop with me, but I'm not sure I can handle trading it there. Okay. Hey, Richard, how are you, sir? Welcome. Trading with a laptop there, we'll see. And also, with the example, I got a test. Can I run a Tiger Shark on the laptop? I'm afraid I'm going to see smoke coming out of its vents, so we'll see. 21st is existing home sales. PMI composite, Philly Fed. Yeah, of course, jobless claims. Now, why am I bringing that up? Spring equinox or fall equinox, unlike summer solstice or winter solstice, have a tendency of a market reversal. Okay, so also this Friday we could have a shutdown. We don't know. Powers above us are in charge of that. We're not good enough to make decisions for them. For all of us, only these few rascals can. And then this is a select, second tier departments like a FDA and so forth, USDA and all that. The following week is the heavy duty stuff: foreign affairs, defense, DHS. That will be Tuesday. So it could be by the time I'm ready to go the following week, we have a shutdown. I could be so we'll see, but I'm not leaving until the 15th. Everything is going to be secure here, and I've got double alarms, so we have protection all around. And one of my friends is going to be on guard in case. But remember, he can support an army. Oh, yeah, he's got some heavy duty stuff. Yeah. They did? When? As of now? Okay, I heard something. Thank you. Then it says that looks like they pushed it back to September for shutdown. Why not? Kick the can down the road. Why should we do anything critical now? Right? Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, Johnson was saying he thinks he has a plan. Earlier, that's what I saw. Haven't seen it on the TV yet. Yeah. No, I was just having fun with the offer. I can't give you 464 mil. Can you take my 100 instead? It's like I wrote to him. I said, hey, Donnie, it's not a Persian rug bazaar. You can't negotiate. It's a binary. Either you have it or you don't. It's gonna be a fire sale. I know. Well, he did it. We didn't tell him to do this. He did it to himself. So, all right, moving forward. So that's the calendar. So I'll be back here with you on the 13th and then 27th. The week in between, I'm on the left coast. Okay. And I'm trying to not work. Last time was middle of the. We had just launched the orbit on not Fox, on Striker. Ended up with one laptop there, and then COVID, and we fixed the ORB. Added what's called version control. While I was there, sick, sitting on a couch and a little laptop. But one of my programmers with a Zoom. After 2-3 days, we got it working, and that's been our what do you call it? Mainstay so far. What else do I need to talk about? Charts, right? All right. Remember, I gotta be out of here by 5:30. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate your help. Okay, I've been waiting for what's called island. To have an island, something like this, except we went back up. You want to be actually up, okay, and create an island. So we went down to create an island, but no, this one could make it. If we get a gap down here, you have an island, and that foretells a big problem. We don't know that's going to happen or not, but that's one chart pattern I'm looking at. We may keep new highs. Advanced declines don't support it. This is again Mag 7 crowd. As you know, we put this together. Very helpful for us. We recently added beta and trade time, so we know the most recent updates. And next to beta market cap. Before we showed to you the channel that shows the high and low, and the percentage says where we are in that high and low of the 50, rolling forward 52 weeks. As you could see, for example, NVIDIA is up there. Be careful. NVIDIA, Microsoft, I'm getting a lot of calls or friends saying, I got 10,000, I got 20, I got 100,000. Should I buy something? I'm telling them no. I think that it's very bumpy right now. And I think because of a skew, we most likely will have some sort of adjustment. Once that adjustment comes, we may keyword have a tradable low. Nancy, or better known as Airbus, asked me, Nancy Scott, my right-hand person. She says, "Are we going to give another trade out?" Probably. I'm waiting for a lineup. Didn't get it today. Plus, it was really tired. I was very. The last couple of nights have been long hours trying to get everything out properly. The old machine transferred to new one, and we don't just transfer. we reformat drives. So everything is wiped out, fresh install, latest Windows, and you can actually see things move a lot smoother and add life to your machine. So we've been doing that. A lot of keep track of this, keep track of that. Documents, Excel sheets, all that stuff that I work on. I do quite a bit. But it was not on the machine that I do that kind of work. But overall, I'm very, very numerically oriented, numerical processing. So I have a lot of Excels and all that. I had to make sure everything was protected and not write over something we need. But it's good. It's been good. Okay. Oh, we also managed to really learn how to remove OneDrive within the confines of the new Windows. If you look at the new Windows, they install it differently. I mean, they keep on changing things. Okay, it's a musical church, but you gotta know the latest through TraceStation, and you've got to do it through. I'll give you a hint. You gotta do it. The tech support can walk you through it. Have them do it for you remotely. They'll walk it through what's called registry editor. I highly suggest don't touch it. If you don't know what you're doing, your machine may not boot. Okay, so be very careful. And you have to change your settings where things are kept. Drop OneDrive application out from, and then remove TraceStation, back it up, reinstall fresh from the website, from their website, and then put back your backup. You restore your backup. It's a process. You have to keep track of it. Now, in between, you want to stop and make sure the OneDrive is out. If you need any more help, you can contact us, or I have somebody at TraceStation help you out. But it's important in the high-speed environment we're in not to use OneDrive because it wants to write to cloud everything that happens on the drive every second. Can't do it. Can't do it. Our priority is not that because obviously we can bring back the data. Our priority is get the orders executed, make sure people in the chat room see the charts in real time. And I'm running now 3 Zoom and 1 GoToMeeting in a very, very high speed. And we're doing NQs, ES, crude, and US Treasuries. So there's a lot of data coming in. If it wasn't fiber optics, I don't think I could have done it. Anyhow, 2 Sigma moving up, the bearish divergence with indicators. Slightly heading down on the CI, just be objective. The CI, if it's not that big, you'd see that this has been faster. Why? Well, it's high beta. It went up fast, it's going to come down fast. Okay. Not getting any confirmation of a rise. We're not getting a flush yet. So we don't have an event yet. Equal weighted. All right. A little bit better picture and less of Max 7 influence. Nothing than that. Nothing different than that. Here's the ratio. We developed a ratio to see where we are. And we're not getting any better. It keeps on getting down here. So more and more we got, especially here, more and more you got yourself in a high, what do you call it, in a Max 7 world. You could see 17,000 versus 7. Same names. Just this is equal weighted. This is cap weighted. Okay. Same thing in S&P and that. And you could see the ratio. Now, ratio is acting better. The equal weighted for S&P. But it's inverse of that. Inverse of that is true for Nasdaq 100. I don't know why, but that's what the scales are in. If you ask me why, that's a good question. That's all I can answer you. Okay. So one of the guys here have been asking me about transportation in the chat room. And again, I don't mind making comments in the chat room. I just can't do one-on-one. Because to protect you, to protect me, there gotta have to be others present, and especially if they're recorded. But the issue was what's going on with transportation. It was prior a couple of days ago. It was like this. I said, it doesn't look good. We gotta see. Now it's actually look a little bit worse. Does it mean anything? Not necessarily. Yeah. It's it's a little bit. The wind turned around a little bit in the direction. It doesn't mean it's a tsunami or a thunderstorm. It just means, hey, we got a little noise here. But it is not doing good. You don't want when you can't be at all-time highs, okay, and have translation like this. It's just Dow theory. That's all. If you come here on the Nasdaq, you also see new highs there. Well, recently we have pulled down on the what do you call it? advanced decline. Okay, Russell came back. I thought Russell was going to be making the whole party go away, especially on NAS, but it's come back. Part of it is helped by the interest rates being at least calm. We'll get to that chart. These are big consumers of borrowing of banks loans because they just don't have the liquidity the tier one public companies have. They don't have the products. They don't have the management, so they have to rely a lot on short-term borrowing or even term borrowing. But they wouldn't be able to survive just on the equity they have. They got to supplement that. But Max 7 is at the other side. There are banks. They have so much money, they can do whatever they want, so they don't need to borrow. And no matter what the risk is. So, okay, let's see. Detrenders. Okay. Again, we're continuing in this up level. One is negative. That's it. So it's 7-1. 7 positive, 1 negative, and only slightly. What does it mean? Hey, Goldilocks. It's if we go 8-0 and ramping up like this, I will be worried. And you see what happens. All of them up here, like all of them would be like this mode. We're rising. Okay, then I would say hey, there's a problem. You had that. You also saw the divergence. No, that's not divergence. Actually, it's slightly lower. No. Hold on. Yeah, this is a little bit of a divergence, if you will. It dropped a lot. Yeah, but we've got to get this thing fixed. If this doesn't fix, we're not going up. I don't care what they taught you at the MBA. I don't care what your mentor told you. This is empirical. We can't go up in SPX without transportation. So it's a confirmation. If we're not producing or selling enough, we're not shipping enough either. So let's go to VIX and the VXN. Very, very quiet. Very, very quiet. We had a spike, went to about 6 sigma, remember the dash is 4, and pulled back. And this was the 13, I think. Yeah, it was February 13, right before Valentine's Day. Very jittery here. Forget these tails. Those are errors. They know. They know what. They don't know how to fix it. Oh, it's not trace station. It's SIBO. Yeah. And that's Russell. Yeah, Russell has come down quite a bit. This is the biggest change of all. The rest of these have been very quiet. You can almost see. You see the channel. It's very gradual. Treasuries. Let's go to the YTMs again. 91-day yield, or I'm sorry, yield 91-day. Not a spot. There's a name for this. A 91-day discount. It's a 91-day discount, so it's 5.24 per annum, but discounted 91 days. So it's 4 times of that. 4 times compounded becomes a yield to maturity. These are yield to maturities. These are 1 year yield to maturity with 5, 10, and 30. Very quiet. No signal here right now. Again, other than what CI told us we'll do. The moment we went here, we'll start talking about it. Remember? Go to YouTube, we'll see. You'll see it on Facebook. The reason we use that is it is a very cheap, inexpensive, and quick way in any condition I'm in to post something and have a timestamp. So establish where we are. A friend of mine came to me yesterday saying he was in this big trade, da 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 da. Okay. I look at his thing, his tweet, not tweet, his message to me, or private message. It was 2 in the afternoon. I said, fine, okay, whatever. Didn't think about it. And then nighttime, last night, I look at the chart. The move started at 7 in the morning. Okay, so now I may get your message or not get your message. Best thing is put it on Twitter. Why? They'll get the message quickly, and they have backups for it. They'll never lose it. Yeah. So if you're in a trade and you want to predict it, please predict it before it starts. Don't predict it afterward. It's no good. It doesn't help your credibility. All right. Okay. We're beginning to pop here a little bit. This is the 52 weeks high and low. The channel for it's a number of names in S&P at 52 weeks highs. Okay, and 67 of them. You don't get all of them up there. You don't get all of them down below either. Now, we have very little lows, so we're obviously going up. When we put a very high value and drops, then the drop has started. To me, this tells me we're close. It's not saying it's tomorrow. It's not saying it's next week. Could be. I don't know. That's the event. It doesn't. It does not explain the event. It does explain something is happening. Okay. You could see even this is more pronounced because this is weekly. You can go back a lot of data. So we're still pushing this level. Once this pulls back down, probably you've seen the high on a short-term swing down basis. Like I don't know, 2 weeks to 6 weeks play of pressure down. And then what you want to look for right now with right translation, you have to see a left translation. With this setup, followed by left translation, we're going down. Okay. Now, Momo neutral, about just barely half, but that's positive. And this was in the channel, SP1. So this says Goldilocks. We're probably going to still go a little bit higher up. The key is, to me, is advanced decline. If this keeps floundering down here, remember floundering Animal House? Yeah. If it keeps floundering down here, then this is just a makeup game. You're in Hollywood. It's gonna give, and you're gonna be witnessing it because you are watching it. Look at the advanced decline in the format of a, let's say, McClellan oscillator. Also look at new high and lows. Those you don't need any indicators. They come in. These are the symbols. Just plug it in. All platforms have it. Just plot them daily. You'll see that pattern. Once we're not making new lows, I'm saying higher highs, and of course, or divergence. Like initially, we have a very high reading. That's normal. As it goes up, the energy will be waning. Then at some point, it starts dropping, and then we're ready to go south. SQ, okay. You see what's happening now. Okay. It's beginning to go back up a little bit. This is the signal. These are not signals. These are near fair value. You want extreme signals. Okay, so this is at the high end. We hit almost four sigma on SQ. I'm getting a lot of questions, some emails, probably because Norseman talks about this, and then he says, for more information, go see so and so. But I'm more than happy to help out and explain. And of course, Feynman, Professor Feynman from Princeton in mathematics, who worked with Ed Teller on a new hydrogen bomb. He says that if you want to learn something, go teach it. There's a sarcasm involved, obviously, because you have to understand all the nuances and every turns and movements of it, ebb and flows. You really need to study it. You can't just look at a chart and say this is how it is. History tells me when we get these signals up there, we have an event coming, but the window is not precise and it's not small. It's probably 4 to 12 weeks, 4 to 14 weeks. We guys see it. Last time we were up here, we went into a shutdown. No, I'm sorry, went to pandemic. Prior to that, we went to a shutdown. Both were magnificent trades. I mean, out of this world. As a matter of fact, you were wondering when we will stop. Are we getting close to that? I don't know. Probably. But somebody asked me when about C. Oh, it was Rich. Was it you that what's his name? Jeremy Siegel had talked about issue on the. I think what was it? He had talked about. I forget. Hey Gary. Oh, was it AI? Yeah. Hey Gary. Here's the question to Rich. Rich, what else would you want? He's saying what the problem is. Rich wants to know when. I said, Rich, how about if I throw in a couple of blondes on top of that? Okay. I mean, hold on. What else do you want? No, we don't know when it's going to happen, but you want to have those series of what ifs in your mind so that you can make a kind of a risk adjusted decision. Okay. But we'll kind of continue watching this. Once, down here was getting interesting, and then I let it go. Then it spiked 4 sigma, another near 4, but values was low. Here we have both sigma high, being high, and the new all-time high. So given that, I think I can declare with some certainty that in the next, let's say, 2 to 4 weeks, 2 to 4 months, that sort of thing, like from 8 to 12 or whatever, or or 6 to 13, whatever, is a very good chance of an event. What it is, we don't know. Not right now. But something big to make it create. I'm not saying pandemic, not that size, but sizable, so that maybe a shutdown could do what is possible. So keep an eye on that. TD, okay. A lot of sausage today, extreme amount of sausage, and you could see when your VIX spread becomes horizontal. That's just given. When the lines become horizontal on a VIX spread, which is 3 month spread, we're long March and short uh, June. Okay, there you go. Long March, short June. You can use 4 months if you want. You can play with it. I've been on 3 and left it. The problem with playing too much with these indicators is that now you're forcing it to tell you what you want to hear. Like somebody we know? Yeah, exactly. You don't want to do that. Be objective. And if you don't move it, then what you're picking up is a movement in the market. But if you're changing the values, now you have a two-factor model. Yeah, those of you in statistics, that's not the best way to look at it, an outcome. It will fool you. Because 510, guys, we got to roll. Okay, we have been posting some of these charts for Admiral Tico. By the way, Admiral Tico has a request. He is, as you know, he is my XO here, and he needs only 6 more votes to crack to 2,000. Guys, help out, please. He does a lot of charts for you guys. We need to get to 2,000 for him. Okay? We do charts for you through him, of course. Interpretations by him alone, because I don't have that IQ. And again, no noise here. I think I posted one yesterday near the close just to get you to have a feel. But no noise here. It is not here. This was a good one, and you saw what happened. Pretty decent gap up, and it ran. Now, don't forget, and this was, of course, NVIDIA. NVIDIA has not puked, by the way. Hold on, let's get it. So, but you could see, this is Tesla. This doesn't look good at all. Look where it went, 198. I think this is what scares me here. 153 area. You see that weekly? Yeah. 154 area scares me because if it goes past that, look what's below. 131, 132. You know what happens? Musk has to go to Putin and or Trump and borrow some money because at 133, his loans are called. Was pre-split 400, post-split 133. This is the problem area. I have a good friend. It's too heavy in this. It's just this and on Tesla. So, but I really want to talk about what do you call it, NVIDIA, because there's a comment there I had. This is not sustainable, guys. I don't know how long it will continue. Probably more than we think, because the MD&A, Management Discussion Analysis, talked about a possibly new industry. Okay, now if something goes wrong, those guys are gonna regret what they said. But lawyers, if something goes wrong, they sue everybody. But anyhow, they just gave a very, very rosy report, and that's why we had this gap up here, this big gap up there. So, but overall, if you look at this is not sustainable. Now, a friend of mine last night said he had some at 160. He sold it at 160, had picked up like 125, and he just missed all of this. I said, he goes, I was worried about getting up every morning trying to trade it. I said, you can't trade this. This is a shoebox. You buy it, do what my sister does. You buy it, have them ship you the certificate, so they can use your certificate to give it to those who want to short it. Yes, you make a little short income, but it's not worth it how much they could push it down. On a high beta name, no. You want the certificate. And then, now, you won't be able to immediately sell it because it's short. I mean, whatever it is, 3 days now or 2 days? So the moment you sell, you've got to tell your AE over there that I'm going to FedEx the charts. I mean, FedEx the certificate to you, and this way they can put it in and then deliver the shares to whoever you sold it to. Yeah, but in between, if you're holding on to it a long time, you don't want them to use it against you. Yeah. So let's go. So this is known signal here. Let's go to buying power index. I'm sorry, long on ES, long on mid cap, long on Russell, and just went long on NQ. Of course, it's sold to at bottom. Again, this is a model that Larry did, and our dear friend Peter Cook, the smart cookie here, he programmed all of this, and we're just using it. Again, remember his signal there in the chat room. He was very good on this. Yeah, Peter is a genius. From a trading standpoint. Yeah, he's a 5 Six Sigma event. You don't find people like Peter. I've got. If you go to here's what I will say. Go to the website, okay, and let's say you go there and say, give me admin. I'll add a person today, right? So let me go there for a trial. Okay, so I'm gonna get accounts up. PayPal. Hold on. Okay, now take a look. Okay, 12,693. That's the last number. Yeah, this was put in today. So 12,700. I've gone through 12,700 traders, all kinds of issues, all kinds of problems that 90% can't handle it. But that's what happens with derivative trading. The account is too little. They trade too big. They're nervous wrecks. They want to trade overnight. All kinds of reasons you get into trouble. But the biggest one is not having enough capital. So you just got to be careful here, guys. This is a tough area we're in. It seems to be that way constantly. Is there anything else I need for you guys? No. Here is the top 40. We'll do a very quick. What time is it? Okay, I have 15 minutes. Let me do this. Let me close this. I'll open it on that side because this was in the range. I'll open on this side 1 second, and then we go to charts, and we're going to do that. Hold on. Huh? 1 second. Yeah, one of the people who's approached us for Tico Capital Management is from Middle East. It's a sovereign fund in Persian Gulf. They asked me would I be willing to come and visit. I said no. No. What am I going to go there for? It's too hot. No. We have Zoom. We use Zoom, period. Yeah, because these things never finish in one meeting anyway. No. We're not going to do any of that. I'm not flying over there. Are you nuts? No. I mean, I live in Paradise Coast. I'm not moving. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Microsoft. I'm sorry. Just to be sure you'd see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I moved that chart over here. Hold on. Okay. See this one? I move it to my right-hand side so I can put the charts up according to order, which is the cap weighted as of the close. Okay. First one, Microsoft. Over the only name now over 3 trillion. Okay. Going up there. I wouldn't touch this, guys. And it's got a lot of profit taking in it. You can see it. Okay. I wouldn't touch it. It closed on 2%. It has done a great run, but you need to be at sigma levels, either weekly or monthly. Do not touch it otherwise. Otherwise, too short and you're coming in too late. You may be paying a profit for somebody who's been there a month before you patiently. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Listen, one of the things I'm going to share with you next week on that Tuesday is the impact of all these indicators. The more you use them and the more you look at it in a different context, for example, as a individual indicators, as a group indicators, or in the system. There's some good pros and cons about each activity. That's how you learn, putting that together and then maybe modifying your own even unwritten rules, okay, your habits, and say, okay, I need to concentrate and do the following. And that's how I've grown last few years. Not what I did myself, but what I learned from the other programmers who are involved, and also system houses in Chicago who are managing it for us. So it's been pretty exciting, but also long hours. Apple, I wouldn't touch either. Apple is not in good shape right now. Would I short it? No, absolutely not. Are you nuts? Nvidia. Now, Nvidia could be a different problem. Yeah. Yeah, Nvidia is very high beta. I don't know what the PE is. I saw 75, 73, something like that, or forward. It's nuts. There was something I posted on Twitter on that, comparing I think the top 10 names 10 years ago versus now. And where these guys were 10 years ago. Yeah. By the way, Reg FT, one of the reasons I got this new computer was that the card I had, which even though had a NVIDIA chip on it, was the older one. And because motherboards were different and was all kind of mess. I got in this one, I think it's a 4070 from Asus. They have the NVIDIA chip and they build it, and it's got 12 gigabytes of memory on board the card. So the FPU has its own 12 gigabyte, and it's incredibly fast. In a high-speed mode, you want to be able to remember all of these colors, all these components. These are vectors. You want to be able to print it very fast on the screen in nanoseconds as the data is coming in. So, possible island could be. We could have a gap down here somewhere, but why? Why? They need to have adverse news. I don't see that here coming. Yeah, they had an incredible quarter. Amazon, okay, heading back up. Yeah, I forgot what Peter was talking about, but he said this was about a month ago. He says this and this and that should push Amazon higher. Of course, it has. Actually, you could see this month has been, in terms of amplitude, the biggest we've had maybe since May of last year, or this one, which was January of last year, but you had the outside bar reversal. You see the dot? That's outside bar reversal. Excuse me. All right, let's go on forward. Now, Google. Yeah. I know a couple of guys up there, and one of my friend's wife who used to run Microsoft. Now she's with Google and just recently retired. I think Google has problems. I think Google could be a good play if you patiently and systematically wait for it. And I would say I want to see it get to 3 to 4 sigma. Take the 200-day out. Remember, this is daily. Go to 4 sigma, which is the dashes, around 130 and below. Then it would be interesting. And I would do at the beginning, I would just buy some options, and even outrights. Just some options, and then I would add a stock to it. Not the other way around. Don't buy the stock and then options. No. You'll make that mistake. Do it how professionals do. Load up on the options, and then as you buy this stock, the option value jump anyway, and so you get a pretty good bang for your buck. So, but that could be this one. Meta, no, I don't think so. I mean, look at these charts, guys. Yeah, no, that's another parabolic. No, I wouldn't touch this. You have this gap up. First of all good charts have their gaps filled. So at some point, this gap will be filled. Will come down to reality called 401. I don't know what that is. We'll find out. But that's coming somewhere in here. Could be 6 months from now. We don't know. Yeah, I'm not giving you impressions tomorrow. Tesla, we talked about 133 is it's a call and it's a loans. It's the 400 pre-split. Look at 137 here on monthly. That would be one hell of a W. Let's say it gets there in 2-3 months. We one hell of a W. So next, Avgo. That's Broadcom. Yeah, Broadcom. Okay. It's not bad. I don't know if it pays dividend or not. I don't think so, but it's pretty kind of cozy. Has found its spot at $1,200, $1,300 sitting there. The problem with all of these big numbers is the what do you call it? The impact of bear pocket. You know, you see, this could be Here's another one. There's another one that could be an island if you get a gap down. So we'll see. We'll see. In this market, I don't know. I put a small probability on that. It's not a wishful thinking. You got to be really objective. That's what charts try to give you. Where it doesn't become objective is you. Yeah, it's interpretation. So gotta keep the emotions out of it. As Gil Caffrey, head of Tiger, tells us, excellence is repeatability, and emotions are expensive. He should know. He's a legend. Actually, I'll be having dinner with him in about 6 weeks. In New York, I'll go to New York in mid-April for like 2 days. I'll be back. Okay, Costco. Remember we said Costco is the only one I liked? Look what it's done. I've been saying it for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 webinars. So that's like 2 months maybe from mid-December. Look what it's done. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. I would not tell you go buy it up here. We're down here in the area. We're above center line. Think of it as fair value. High vol, low vol. I'm sorry, high vol in the sense that it's shaking as it goes up. I'm not thinking about volatility is lower here. No. As you come down, actually, vol goes up, but you can see it's trying to base. So the intraday is getting less and less. Well, here was very wild, but that becomes your channel, okay? And I don't mean the flat line. That's all time high or all time low. I'm talking about Bollinger Bands. That's your channel. And when you bounce off the center line, that's a good run. This was perfect. And we got here. Okay. Now, wait a second. Yeah. And yeah. And of course, I'm the one I talked about Costco, not ASL, ML. I forgot what I said about this. I always have hard time figuring out what they do. That's really helpful. The ISM holdings, I have no clue. But anyhow, this is now it's getting expensive. It could be a double top, could be a M. So, all of these will only happen because of market cap. Something exogenous happens. Okay? I mean, for example, Putin marches into Poland. But without that kind of stuff, it's a Goldilocks. Nothing's happening. So I noticed, I'm saying, yeah. Right. Yeah, I already went to Costco, Nancy. Yeah. That's ASM. Right. Okay. Let's see. Do we have anything else? How many? That's a 6. 2, 4, 6. Yeah. I'll give you AMD. I know you trade that there, see no problem. Some of you guys do too. Yeah. That's another one that's difficult. Again, you have maybe a 5% chance of going higher, but a huge turnaround could go down as a air pocket. So the odds are not good. I wouldn't touch it here. See, with individual names, you have these issues. With indices, there's always a pattern. There's always a bullish or bearish pattern on the indices. The law of averages. Okay, the vols are not that high, and they are mean reverting. Okay, so now speaking of mean reversion, today I had a small trade on crude but on simulated, not live simulated. I'm trying to test a new machine, and it trended against me. Holy mackerel! It was no end to it until about an hour later. So I kept on losing, making it smaller, losing, and then as it turned around, I jumped it. So, all right, that concludes our webinar. Unless you guys have something you want me to address, we have about 2 to 3 minutes. Any questions from you guys? Are we good? Huh? It's not moving. Thanks, Siegfried. I appreciate that. Again, so anyhow, I'll be out of town for about a week. Again, 16th to 23rd of March. And then thank you, sir. Appreciate it, Rich. Thank you, Michael. So see you guys on the 13th, and then after that, when I come back on 27th. The what? The T-bones? Yeah. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Siegfried. Yeah, yeah. Actually, was it last night? I made him. I made him. What do you call it? Uh, I forget. Bison. I made him bison. He didn't touch it. Today I made him a skirt steak. He had a little bit of it. So now we're going out to dinner. So we'll see what he wants. But he's just some days he's the biggest pita you've ever seen, and we love him, right? Why wouldn't you, right? So that's what dogs are. All right, have a great one. We'll talk soon. Thank you for attending. Remember, 5th is 5th of March. Again, it's here. You can subscribe to it. It's free. This register, okay? And again, trade what you see, not what you think. And obviously, we will offer the polo shirts. There we go. And that's for maybe we'll do a raffle for people come here, but mainly it's made for people in what do you call it? In our high-end products. You know, the either the Orb slash OTF stuff or Happy Expert, which is basically trying to emphasize to you, you don't have to be a market whiz. You've got to understand the physics and math of it, and just be patient on the charts. I mean, you'll see. I don't want to open anything that's not doesn't need, that needs the NDA, but you'd see um, how these indicators line up, and when they go to extreme, they work very well. What you need to do is be patient. The problem some people get is that they're impatient, lack of experience. They jump in too big early, and then what happened to me? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't. Sometimes I wait 4 or 5 signals before I can jump in. Yeah, I mean the first buy it gives me, I don't buy it. No, I'll wait. If it's any good, I give you another buy, and then usually by 4th or 5th, it's pretty close to gold. Maybe it's silver. The one after that becomes gold, and they come in patterns. So you get buy, 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 buy. Let's get to the last one, the where it is, and then sell, 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 sell. They oscillate. It's not what do you call it? It's not binary or all or nothing. So anyhow, so we gotta post these on our uh, system there. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show you. Yeah. Go to homepage. There we go. YouTube channel. It goes there, and it goes right before this. Thank you all. You can also subscribe, so you don't have to check for it. It sends you an email. Thank you all. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye bye now.